Hi everybody, my name is Christy Carney from the Fraser Coast of Queensland, and today I have another Fraser Coast resident, Tash Cornack, as my guest, and we're just wanting to share a few things with you that we just can't keep a secret anymore, or we just can't keep to ourselves. We need to share it and shout it for the rooftops. So Tash, thank you so much for being here this afternoon. I just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, thank you, Christy. My name is Tash Cornack. I'm a mother of two gorgeous boys, 12 and 6, and I have a wonderful husband that I have been married to now for 9 years. And I started my journey with health and wellness with my kids, first, with my eldest one, 12, and then carried it through once we had our youngest, who's 6. As I work at a medical centre and have done for 9 years, medication to me for, I guess, every day for my kids, I don't agree with. So I kind of like did a little bit of my own research, got some information from, a paediatrician and a doctor. But then I thought, I need to, I guess, do my own research. And that's pretty much how I started my own wellness and health for my family.
Because mother knows best, and sometimes there's just, there may be that missing piece to the puzzle, or there's something, that they might say you agree 95% with, but that other 5% just doesn't sit right, which I've experienced as well being a mum. But what did you discover along the way, Tash, on your research journey?
Well, we all know that, medication's great. If you've got the, like a bacterial throat infection, bronchitis or anything like that, you need your antibiotics. But while I was reading, or while I was researching, I didn't realise how much medications actually deplete your body, and like your organs and everything like that. And I didn't want that for my kids, especially as they're only young. So that's what made me go and research other sides, so like alternative health. Found out some weird and wonderful things that are in our bathroom care and our kitchen and laundry powder, and our personal care, and that's pretty much what made me dive more into the health and well-being side of the companies, I guess, compared to pharmaceuticals.
Okay, so give us an example. You mentioned the kitchen, the bathroom, the laundry. What kind of things are you talking about there?
For example, laundry powder. It's got some really bad, which I can't even pronounce the names. When I was given the, what do they call them? Sheets, information, like ingredients, that's what I'm looking for, ingredients to find out what's actually in the products, it's quite scary. Things like petroleum and I can't even pronounce them, something, anyway.
Phenoxyethanol?
That's the word, thank you.
Yeah, you need a dictionary to look them up. Like how is that a natural ingredient if you need a dictionary or even a translator to say it?
So exactly. And I'm like,
and I know you said, because we did have a chat beforehand, was something that I didn't know, that some of the side effects of using those kind of products in the laundry, in the bathroom, in the kitchen,
Yep.
On your skin, that you've noticed changes in your children when you may have gone visiting someone else and have had to use their washing powder, or someone else has washed the clothes or something, there's been changes, right? You've noticed it.
Oh, massively. We don't have, now We don't have any toxins in our washing liquid or powder. We don't even use fabric softener, because if you've got a sensitive child, like my eldest son and also my youngest, because once it's on their skin with their clothes, it goes straight into their skin, and something just, nothing bad triggers, but the concentration, I guess, and the hyperactivity, it just kicks in. So to eliminate all of that, we went to a company that doesn't have any of those bad ingredients in their washing detergent. Don't use, as I said, fabric softener. I use cleaning vinegar, which is pretty much natural. White goods, in regards to when you soak your clothes, don't use bleach, really, really bad. I use it's a natural bleaching. I can't even off the top of my head give you the name because I've forgotten.
That's okay. Well, we can find that though. We can, they can reach out to you and get that information. That's for sure.
Information, yeah, that's right. But just little things. My youngest will just, I don't know, be more active. I call him my little turbo. He's my pocket rocket. And McKelly, on the other hand, he'll just start to itch. So that's when I know when someone else has washed their clothes when they're away. I can tell straight away when they get home. So, yeah.
Okay.
Same with the your soaps and your shampoo and conditioner. I had McKelly still, but not as bad now. When you wash his hair and you just go in his eyes and it stings, oh my God, it stings. So to say, he would bellow. So the products that I'm using now doesn't matter. It can go in his eyes, it can go up his nose, in his mouth, doesn't matter. No issues. Yeah. And he seems normal.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Now, how would you describe the changes that have occurred? You know of a few other people that have similar behavioural issues with their children and things like that. How would you describe the changes that have occurred in your two children over these years when, for example, they've maybe gone to someone else's house or they've had something that's not been Tash approved or mum approved? How would you describe the differences in their behaviour?
I'll give you a little example. Everybody goes food shopping, and it can be at a local store, it can be at your supermarket, it can even be outside at a market. Now, for argument's sake, next time you're out and about, observe your children. Doesn't matter where you are, just watch them. So, for argument's sake, I went in to do our food shopping at a local supermarket. When we start, we always start at the fruit and veg because that's the closest to the end. As we're working through our aisles, I'm watching my two kids, and I also observe other people's kids. And it's just unbelievable. Have you ever noticed when you're going down the aisles and once you come stepping closer and closer to the cleaning products and your personal products, do you actually notice your children getting a little bit of hyperactivity and they're starting to rub their eyes or, rub their nose? My kids, I do. My kids do that, and then they go absolutely ballistic. And when I mean ballistic, that they don't listen. You tell them to come back and you settle them down. They don't. They just keep cruising around like they're on a high. And then you get further away from them as you get into the freezer section. It's like they're coming back to you again. And as I said, I've observed other kids doing this. And then when I realised, when I started observing my own children, it's like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I start at one end, and as I'm walking through to the personal care and laundry care, my kids are going ballistic. And, what does that send to other people? Do people not get it?
Well, I suppose they've not ever thought like that. I know that when we had that conversation, I'm like, oh my goodness, no wonder most parents, if they have the choice, they go and shop on their own. that
That's
most
right.
mums sort of go, woohoo, the kids are at school, I'm just now going to cruise down each aisle. And we may not even notice it that we might do it. But because we're not so sensitive as your children, for example, when it comes to those kind of smells and things that are in the air. But I think it's 26 seconds. If you're breathing something in, you're absorbing it into your skin in 26 seconds. Some say 30, some say 26 seconds. But so if you're going down the aisle with fertilizers, you're not only breathing it in, but you're, actually using it in your skin, or not using it, inhaling it into your skin. Same with the laundry detergents and things. So that's scary, but that's really something interesting for people to think about.
And it's not just
probably,
the kids.
Pardon?
It's not just the kids with sensory either. It's anybody's kids.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Joe Blow down the road and you know that kid. You watch him or her. You just see a complete change in them when they get to those areas.
Wow. I'm definitely going to check that next time for sure. Thank you, Tash. Now, that may or may not have answered this next question, but we'll check. What would be the biggest eye-opener that you have learned in the 9 years that you have been on this research journey and the health journey with you and your family?
I have to say that with my kids, because we eliminate a lot of things in our household and what we eat and, what we put on our skin, I've noticed a great deal with my kids. My youngest isn't as much as a pocket rocket. Like, don't get me wrong, he does have his days, but at least you can level with him. Before, you couldn't. My eldest, he has his good days and bad days as well. But again, you can level with them. With eliminating, foods, massive is one of the massive things in with the difference with my kids. There's, if you have red, especially with ADHD kids and can't remember, ASD, Asperger's. How terrible is that? I forgot what my kids were. Anyway, red is not a good thing. No tomato sauce. We don't have tomatoes. We don't have strawberries. We don't have raspberries or any kind of thing like that. Red cordial, big no-no. Red lollies, big no-no. Because it just sends them a little bit hyperactive, I guess, and you can't level with them. You can't, you get frustrated. So that's one of the things that we eliminate from the house is a lot of preservatives. Preservatives aren't good for children, even normal everyday children. I have friends of mine that kids eat it and you can see it. But, yeah. Eliminating
just don't know though, right, Tash? People just don't know. Like, I didn't know how to read the back of a packet. I didn't know what they actually meant, and now I do, thanks to you. I now know that, okay, no, that really shouldn't happen. And it's not just our children. We really shouldn't be having it either. We've known for years that we shouldn't eat processed foods, that we shouldn't eat this. But it's not just got to do with the food, as you were talking about. It's also got to do with what you have in your household, what you use to clean the house, what you use for medications, what you use in the bathrooms. And, if you are on any medications, or even if you're not, depending on your environment, you can change things, right? Your body might be missing something that you've been missing for ages, and that might be having some side effects. So you need different things. We don't get everything we need from our food these days.
No, that's right.
So my favorite question, Tash, that I love sharing with you or love asking you is, how are the kids at school and with their daily routine? I know that recently you got some emails from the school.
I did, and of course, as a mother's instinct, it's like, oh my God, what have they done wrong now? But then, you do what you do and you open it, and it was actually a message or an email from one of my kids' teachers, and I'm reading through it, and I'm like, hang on, is this the right kid of mine? I was actually got a compliment from one of my kids' teachers saying that whatever I'm doing, don't give it up. Don't stop. Keep it going. They're concentrating more. They're more focused, and they're participating when one of my kids would never participate. When there was something like a group, he would normally go to sick bay. But this particular child of mine isn't. So his teacher just couldn't believe it and just had to let me know that whatever I was doing, which my minor changes, it was working at school, not only just at home. So I was pretty excited.
That is awesome. So thank you, Tash, so much for sharing everything you have. There's just one last thing. If someone that has watched this, they might be feeling a bit overwhelmed that there's, a lot of things that you've discovered, and they might be just starting their journey rather than being 9 years of it. Where would you suggest that they start? Reaching out to you, having a conversation with you, but before they get a chance to schedule that time, what would be one thing that you would suggest that they start with? Like, where would you start all over again if you had to?
If I had to start all over again, if I knew what I knew now, what I didn't back then, start with your personal and your bathroom care. Don't go there and just throw everything out saying, oh my God, this has got to go. Little bit by little bit. That's how I started, especially with my boys. The shampoo and conditioner. Once it was gone, you replaced it. Same with, your soap. Soap's really bad. Get body wash. It's good for you. But yeah, just a little bit of research, and I'm always here. I'm only a text message or a phone call away if you ever need a hand. Just baby steps, because believe me, it is very eye-opening, because it was for me and my husband when we first found out with our boys. You'll do it. It does happen. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen.
Awesome. Tash, thank you so much. There will be some information below that you can contact, how you can contact Tash. And please feel free, whoever has sent you this recording, to reach out to them, and they will have some answers for you as well. Thank you so much.